So I'm back and just want to say Marlon out there on the road next week. We got a lineup of music that's just going to thrill everybody. I actually had a surprise for the end tonight for my husband up there in New York. Hope you're listening. Just want to give you a shout out. Miss you, love you. But you won't be able to hear that song until next week, Tuesday. It's a very special song. But between DJ Sammy Love and DJ Marlon, come next week, we will have the music down pat. So I want to continue talking about loving our neighbors. And I was saying that sometimes we say hurtful things to each other in the heat of a moment. And a lot of times it's not because the person we're saying the hurtful word to has hurt us, it's because we are hurting. A lot of times we come home from work and we're tired and frustrated and long day, but instead of coming in and said, you know what, that was that, and I am home, grab a cup of tea, grab something to eat. The first question that one of the children might ask, or the first question the spouse might ask, might just get us so riled up because we're remembering something that was said at work, or something that was done at work, or something that wasn't done at work. And we say whatever pops out. The anger, the resentment, the craziness. So I'm asking tonight that we be more conscious of what we say and how we say it. Not just to loved ones, but to everyone. Not just to immediate loved one, because after tonight, we're going to realize that we have to love our neighbors the way we love ourselves. So strange enough, our neighbors are also going to be loved ones. The funny thing is that in that moment when we lash out, whether at a stranger or loved ones, we then get over it and move on. But the receiver, the person who got it, takes it and holds on to it. Strange enough, sometimes they hold on to it for a very long time because they loved you and respected you and didn't expect that outburst from you. They expected better. But even if that's the case, we have to let it go. As the receiver, we have to let it go. As the person who used the words without thinking, we have to let it go. Holding on to negative words or deeds can only make us bitter and resentful, instead of living now in the moment and receiving all that God has for us. We have to let go of the small stuff. And we say that a lot of time, oh, you know what, don't sweat the small stuff. Funny thing is, we sweat the small stuff. We sweat the small stuff so much, we hold on to it for years and years. We tell everybody we meet, John did this, Mary said that, can you believe she said that? And then, we hold on to it. And it poisons us. It makes us bitter. It makes us angry. It makes us frustrated. It prevents us from living our best life. It prevents us from loving the way we should love. It prevents us from caring the way we should care. It prevents us from giving the way we should give. It prevents us from growing the way we should grow. It prevents us from living our best life. It prevents us from loving with our best love. And that's no good. That's no way for us to live. That's no way for us as human beings to contribute to this awesome world that God has created for us. So tonight we have to let it go. We have to let it go. Last week we played that song, Imagine Me. And the artist said, You know, I remember what my daddy said. I remember what my mother said. And sometimes the funny thing, the hurtful thing doesn't come from people we don't know. It comes from people we love and care about and respect. And that hurts more than anything. But as I said earlier, a lot of stuff are said in the heat of the moment. A lot of stuff are said that really has nothing to do with the hearer. That really has nothing to do with the person who it's been said to. So whenever we speak, we have to be aware of the words we use. And we can't take our hurt and pass it on to someone else. We can't lash out. We shouldn't. We should be more in control of this awesome slitted thing that's on our face called a mouth, because it is so powerful. It's the same mouth that gives praises to God, praise our children, sing awesome songs, read the good book of the Bible. That's the same mouth that will tear somebody to shreds. That's the same mouth that will say the most awesome, awful things to someone. In the twinkling of an eye, we could have just used that same mouth to say something really, really awesome and uplifting to someone we care about. And in a matter of minutes, that same mouth is digging a hole and tearing somebody to pieces and putting them in it. So tonight we need to be conscious and aware. We need to open up our awareness that we are ever present in the moment. You know, my grandmother used to have a saying, you know, bite your tongue. I'm sure it's an island thing. Where, you know what, some people say count to 3, some people count to 10. You know, bite that tongue. Hold on. Think about it. Breathe a little before you say those words. A lot of time it pours out of us and it is so negative. And if we had just breathe and think about it, it could have come out way different. So tonight, to all that's listening, I'm asking you to breathe. Bite that tongue. Take that minute. Count to 3. Count to 10. Before you open up and light into someone. Before you open up and tear someone down. Think about it. Think about how you can affect them. Think about the years and years that they will hang on to those words, because especially if it's someone you care about or who cares about you, they're going to think you're telling the truth. And a lot of time it's just your pain speaking, and what you're doing is transference. You are pouring your pain into them. And if you think about it, because you're pouring your pain into them, they in turn are going to pour their pain into someone else. And then it becomes a cycle. I hurt you, so you're going to hurt yours. And they're going to hurt somebody else. But if we take the time, starting now, to be loving, to be caring, in our words, in our deeds, in our actions, then that's a legacy.